concern here is that Israeli intelligence officers are going to steal very sensitive data, technology, and information and pass it along to Israel, which they can then use for leverage to gain power over the US and virtually everyone else. Why is that the concern? Well, it's because there's a history of it. Israel has repeatedly been identified by US intelligence agencies as an aggressive intelligence actor targeting American institutions. The most infamous case is Jonathan Pollard, a US intelligence analyst who stole massive quantities of classified military intelligence and passed it to Israel. Pollard, one of the greatest traitors, if not the greatest traitor in American history, was flown to Israel, granted citizenship, and welcomed personally by Benjamin Netanyahu. Upon landing, Pollard fell to his knees and kissed the ground. I think it's fair to say he wasn't America first. Despite Israel being formally recognized as an intelligence threat, American governments and corporations continue to grant Israeli intelligence-linked firms access to sensitive data through contracts, hiring pipelines, and acquisitions. This is how Israel gains leverage. Now let's put this all together. OpenAI, Palantir, cybersecurity monopolies, Unit 8200 pipelines, AI-driven surveillance, predictive control. A pattern emerges. Israel is not accidentally overrepresented in AI, data, cybersecurity, and intelligence. It is intentionally positioning itself at the choke points of the digital world. And in a world governed by data, whoever sees everything decides everything. This is how and why surveillance is not a side issue of Pax Judaica. It's its foundation. Whoever designs and interprets these systems doesn't merely observe it, they shape it. They determine which behaviors are flagged and which people retain access. And Israel has positioned itself as structurally central to this architecture. You see, Palestine is one large cage for lab rats. Decades of Israeli military occupation produced expertise in signal intelligence, population monitoring, and behavioral prediction. That experience migrated into the private sector and became exportable infrastructure. In short, Israel's crimes against the Palestinians became a commercial product. As Western governments confront instability from migration to economic decline, they will increasingly rely on technologies that enable total surveillance. Sensitive data, predictive capacity, and analytical power will flow through Israeli-linked security ecosystems. So this is not about troops or territory. This is about reach. The ability to monitor populations at scale, predict intent, and intervene invisibly creates a form of dominance previous empires never possessed. Authority will become continuous, preemptive, and unseen. That is how Pax Judaica becomes inevitable.
Trust nothing. No